Hey, what's happening, friends? This is Angelo, and I'm out here in the kitchen space and reflecting upon the book of Ecclesiastes, which I read completely in my Bible a few days ago. And um, there's 12 parts to it. It's I think 12 pages in my NIV, and just some takeaways. I am a novice to the Bible. Can't pull a lot of things out. I've read it a few times, but still a lot to learn. But I really especially liked the book of Ecclesiastes. I thought there was a lot of messages that kind of coincided with the ways I've been feeling for a while, in that there's mixed messages, just as there are in life. Um, and so looking at it, realizing that life is meaningful, to give praise and honor and glory to God. That's the most important thing to do. It also states quite clearly in the verses that life is meaningless also. It says something along the lines of, there's a time for everything. And this reminds me of the song by the Birds, Turn, Turn, Turn. I'll read that little clip for you real quick. It says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So it questions, what is the point of hard work? Using hard work as a means of honoring God. But by the same token, it also shows that there is a balance that seems almost unreconcilable, in that we can never be perfect. It's in our nature to be fallible. And also, how do we find balance and purpose in our lives when life is seemingly purposeless? This is the great paradox in life. Every truth having an opposite truth, everything that you can think is right or completely wrong. And so it brings into question everything in our existence. So I thought this was something very inspirational to me. Um, it states, some of the readings of it reminded me of the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Um, Titles like advancement is meaningless, riches are meaningless, but also fulfill your vow to God. Um, Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Go near to listen rather than to offer the sacrifice of fools who do not know that they do wrong. Do not be quick with your mouth. Do not be hasty in your heart to utter anything before God. God is in heaven and you are on earth, so let your words be few. A dream that comes when there are many cares and many words mark the speech of a fool. And I feel that deeply because I've often spoken too much in my life, not listened enough, sat in inaction too much when I should have enacted more, overacted when I should have acted less. I would really say that the takeaway for this is everything has meaning and nothing has meaning. Everything is infinite and all is um, nothing. So, what is the point? That's only for God to understand, because God, if you read the Tao Te Ching, talks about the Tao, which runs through everything. Everything is of purpose, everything is nothing. And it's the great question of life. We can only understand things uh, from our perspective in contrast to what else might be. So, if you're looking for a great place to start in the New Testament, I really recommend starting with Ecclesiastes. It's a great book. It's It's inspired by other themes that we've seen out there, themes of older text before it. It's they call it the Ketuvim, or the writings of the Hebrew Bible, and a part of the wisdom literature of the Christian Old Testament. So I implore you to check it out and just really sit with yourself. Take some time to just empty your mind, fill up your heart with the grace and blessings of Jesus, and enjoy your life as best you can, but work towards fulfillment in just presence and acceptance, that, as it says in Ecclesiastes, that sometimes the wicked live long lives and go unpunished, and sometimes the righteous live short lives and are punished. So God has a plan. It's beyond our comprehension here, because God is in heaven and we are on earth. So live each day your best, toil for righteousness. All right. Have a great day. And thanks for tuning into my live. Talk to you soon. Peace.